Skill in executing the one-handed shot from the floor over the heads of the defense will increase scoring opportunities. The player gets up high in the air, carrying the ball to above his shoulders with two hands, then releases it with one hand at the highest point of his reach. At the release, the palm of the hand faces the flight of the ball. The ball is pushed toward the basket, not thrown. The ball is given a good arch, as in the two-handed shooting, taking advantage of the full opening of the basket. The player comes down from his jump with feet apart, forming a good broad base from which to follow in his shot. The fake is to deceive the defensive man. Practice on this skill will quicken the player and develop the use of either hand. The ability to score regularly from the foul line wins many ball games. The free throw shooter takes his position in line with the basket with 1 foot forward, holding the ball waist high. He brings the ball down as he bends his knees, then swings it easily upward and outward. The ball is released face high with a full follow-through of the hands and arms. Practice, confidence, and relaxation make a good foul shooter. Successful passing requires speed, accuracy, and the confident ball handling which comes from constant practice. In the two-handed push pass, the ball is held chest high and delivered with a straightforward pushing movement. A strong finger and wrist snap is given the ball as it's delivered to the receiver at chest high. As it is released, the palms of the hands face the flight of the ball. Good follow-through of the hands and arms is important. The two-handed underhand pass is made by bringing the ball back to the hip and then releasing it with a forward and upward swing of the arms with a good follow-through after the release. This pass is made more with the arms than with the fingers and wrists. To avoid losing the ball, it should not be brought back past the hips. The underhand pass can also be made with one hand. The ball is carried back to the side of the hip with two hands. Then, as the pass is started forward, one hand is removed and the pass is made by extending one arm. The ball leaves the hand over the ends of the fingers. The palm of the hand is facing upward as the ball is released. The two-handed bounce pass is started from the chest, as in the two-handed push pass, but is pushed to the floor as near the opponent's feet as possible. The eyes should be looking straight ahead, not down at the floor. The bounce pass may also be done with one hand, and when so used, makes a very effective pass for short players. The ball is carried to passing position with two hands and released with one. The short baseball pass is very good for getting the ball to the pivot man. It is thrown by bringing the ball up with two hands and releasing it with one, with a strong finger and wrist snap. The ball leaves the hand over the ends of the fingers with the palm of the hand facing the floor. The long baseball pass for distance down the floor is given power by bringing the ball farther back past the shoulder and throwing it with a strong whip of the arm. The hook pass accomplishes a sudden change in the direction of the play and is useful in confusing the defense. This pass is made by jumping from the floor, turning, and making the pass while in the air. The player jumps, turns, looks, and passes. When passing with the right hand, the player takes off on the left foot, turns in the air, and throws the ball in the manner of a baseball pass. He comes down from his jump with a broad base, bending at the knees and hips to maintain his balance and to be ready to move in any direction.
Hey, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's move it. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Hey. Get the ball. There you go. There you go. It's the way. It's the way. Come on. Let's go, Jay. We got it.
Handling the body is as important as handling the ball. Quick stopping practice helps to attain good body balance. The stride stop is made in the player's stride with knees and hips fully bent into a crouch to keep the body balanced. The toes are pointed straight ahead to prevent turning an ankle. The rear turn is useful when coming up to a defensive man in order to protect the ball or to pass back to a trailer. After the player has turned, the ball should be pushed out away from his body. When a defensive man approaches from the side, the player can carry himself away from the threat with a front turn. He stops in a low crouch, makes a crossover, steps away from the defensive man and completes the turn. A well-executed change of direction will sometimes lose the defensive man. The player pushes off on the foot opposite to the direction he's moving. If changing direction to the left, he pushes off on the right foot. A head and shoulder fake can also be developed to good use with the change of direction. To avoid losing the ball, it is dribbled low and as close to the body as possible. The player is in a crouched position, bending well at the knees and hips, with his head up and eyes looking straight ahead. The ball is handled with the fingers and wrists, pushing the ball down to the floor, not slapping it. The change of pace is used to lose the defensive man when dribbling. Player stops dead still, flutters the ball, and then starts as soon as possible. The player stops just long enough to deceive the defensive man. The defensive man may also be lost by a change of direction. The dribbler fakes as though going to his left or right, then bounces the ball across in front of him, changes hands on the dribble, and goes past him. The player dribbles with the outside hand, keeping his body between the ball and the defensive man. The defensive player crouches with his feet well spread, hands out at the side, head up, and eyes on the approaching play.